I'm not even going to have a long introduction. We're just going to get right into it. Here are 5 mistakes that you should avoid when making your portfolio, with actual examples that I will be walking through with you in this video. Sup, howdy, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Rumbo. Yay! And for those who don't know me already, I'm an artist and I make videos just about that. So if that interests you, you might want to hit the subscribe button down below. Almost 3 years ago, I uploaded a video on a very practical way to make a portfolio, because at that time, I couldn't find something that would sit down with me and say, listen, this is how you make a portfolio. Seems to be one of the videos on my channel that you guys really took a lot from. So I wanted to make an updated video, but I don't want to rehash everything I did in that video. If you want to watch it, go eye up above. I still hold true to what I talked about in that video. This is just a updated video on things that you should avoid to give yourself a better chance when you're applying to art schools, different programs, or anything else. We will be going through actual example portfolios that I made to illustrate clearly what I am talking about. So it is something that you can take very practical advice from after this video. But before we get on to the video, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on my post notifications so you're notified when next I upload a video. And now to get started, just so you know, the portfolios that I'll be taking you through are PDF files, but a lot of times, majority of the time when you're applying, the application form has direct tabs for you to upload photos directly, while I have a PDF that has the titles on the same page as the image. Most likely, more often than not, you would just upload that image of your work and then in a separate tab, write in the details. Class is in session. Make sure you take your notes. For this video, to clearly describe everything, I made a fake scenario and 2 different portfolios, one with everything wrong and one which is a bit more better suited to this residency. I actually made a fake open call to a residency. An open call is basically an announcement for creatives to apply to a certain program. So this is an open call to an arts residency for mixed media and multidisciplinary artists. So before I even read this fake open call, I'm going to talk about the first mistake that you should avoid when making your portfolio, and that is not tailoring your portfolio to each specific opportunity. It is so easy to be lazy and just have one portfolio and just send it everywhere and hope it sticks somewhere. That's just shooting yourself in the foot. People can tell if you didn't really listen or read the residency or program or school description on what they're about, and if you just put whatever you think looks good and send it, they're not going to like it. Making sure that you tailor your content and the artworks that you choose to put in your portfolio to the certain opportunity will make you show that, first of all, you are a good fit for that program, that you are actually interested in knowing more about the organization and how your work and what you do will fit in and contribute well to them. So let's have this in mind when we are reading about Pineapple on Pizza residency. Pineapple on Pizza is a dynamic arts organization dedicated to exploring the intersection of personal and collective narratives, identity, and creative expression. We aim to foster dialogue and innovation through artistic collaboration, offering space and resources for artists to push their boundaries of their practices. This residency invites mixed media and multidisciplinary artists to engage deeply with themes of narrative, identity, and creativity. Participants will have opportunities to develop and showcase the work that challenges conventions, tells compelling stories, and connects with diverse audiences. That's about the organization. That's the residency overview. And then the rest is just, the duration, where it is, who should apply. That's also important. Artists working in mixed media, multidisciplinary practices, and experimental formats. Creatives interested in exploring themes of narrative and identity. Artists at all stages of their careers with a strong commitment to their practice. So now that we know what we're applying to, let's look at these 2 example portfolios. The first portfolio example, and we're going to compare it to the other portfolio and see which one seems more tailored to the residency open call. So the first one is my art portfolio. Yay! I'm just gonna scroll through the first 3 pages of the different things. So here we have some pen doodles. I actually did this during Inktober in 2023, I think. We have one of my first ever screen printing things at art school, a flower photo that I took, some fan art, different mediums. use of color. Now we're gonna look at this portfolio. I'm just gonna skip over this first part, but there is a bio. That's the front page. I'm gonna go through the first 5 slides here. We have, this is one of my installations, the last installation I did at art school. Then I have this artwork, which is another installation, but a different type. A video installation, so a video. And I have a digital print and another one in the series. All of the stuff I'm showing you, by the way, is stuff that I have done. This is all made by me. Now looking at both of these, which portfolio do you think is better tailored to the opportunity? If you said the second one, you are correct. Now we're gonna walk through why I say the second one is better. As you can see with the second one, I have different mediums and different stuff that I'm working with. So it's showing that I work with a bunch of different formats and I am interested in exploring how they work together. That's a big thing because in the open call, that's what they're looking at. And you can argue it's the same thing here because there is screen printing, there's pen, there's painting, there's photography. But one of the key differences between this portfolio and the one that I say is a better fit is that this one feels like I explore different mediums more intentionally. What I mean by this is you can tell that I have used each medium and each format to its potential. It's that intentionality. Whereas with this one, it feels as though I've just looked around for different stuff that I have done in different medium. There's a difference. I don't know how to explain it into better words, but you can just tell. You can tell that although these are different mediums and formats, they all have an element of storytelling behind them. And that's a second thing that was spoken about in this residency because they are interested in narratives and identity and creative expression. Storytelling, there is substance behind it. Whereas these ones, it just is like, random stuff. It doesn't look like there is a narrative behind it. And that leads me on to the second thing you should avoid. And that is making the mistake of showing all of your work instead of choosing the best. Now, I talked about it in my first video, but I'm gonna emphasize it here. Showing all of your stuff just makes it look like you are just throwing everything and hoping it sticks. And to explain further, I'm just gonna show you the difference between the two portfolios. So here, there are 24. The portfolio just keeps going. Objectively, you might think, hey, but it's showing that I do a lot of stuff. It's not the case. Compared to the other one, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. I could have just looked at the slide number. I'm so stupid. There are 8 artworks. In the residency call, it says up to 10 work samples. So already I would have been disqualified if I had chosen this portfolio because 24 is way too much. But now I have 8, so it's within the limit. And let me show you the stark difference. If we look at this one, do you think looking at this one compared to this work where it shows a flower, another painting, by shortening it, you can tell, first of all, that all of this was done by me because there is a clear personal style. And by culling down all of the other works that did not fit within this main style that I found myself in, I was able to cement my identity, my personal art style, and sort of tell a story. Compared to this one, if you were to tell me how to connect this work with this fan art, I couldn't tell you. And it's not to say that everything has to look the same. By putting so many artworks, you're not telling me a story. You're not saying, okay, I have curated this to show you a best representation of what I do and what I like to explore. Pay attention if they do have a limit. A lot of times they do have a limit as to how many. The next mistake that you should avoid, and this one is also very, very important. If there is anything you have to take from today, this is one of the big ones and I still struggle with it. Unprofessional photos. Your art looks so much different to when you take a picture of it, especially if you're doing traditional media. When you're trying to take a picture of your traditional work, it very rarely looks the same, which means you have to put a lot more effort into making sure that what you capture of your work is the best possible representation of it. The first 4 pages that I put on are addressing some specific things to look at when avoiding your photos looking unprofessional. So for the first slide, problem here is that it's discolored. So the lighting that I took it in, it was a light bulb that was very yellow, so it's just discolored at all. If you can, take it with natural lighting by a window, or if you can't do that, just make sure that your lighting does not alter the coloring of your image. Another thing is, don't show that you took a picture of it on a table. Like, make it so that you only see the artwork. Let's say it's like a sculpture or something, making sure it's a clear background or like a plain white background. Again, this is where you take the picture. I should not be seeing any of this. I should only see the artwork. Just make sure that its surroundings are not taking away from or distracting me from seeing the work. The next thing is lighting. This one's too dark, so if you can't take it in the best lighting, post-editing, make this brighter. And then the last one, which is also a killer, is low-res images. We should not be seeing pixels in 2025. And also make sure the file size is not too large. A lot of times they will show you a file limit. I don't think I put it in here. It's still easy to have a pretty clear image in that restriction, so no pixels. Compared to here, let's go back. So here, this is an installation, so for the most part I couldn't really control the surroundings, but you can clearly see the installation. Let's say this digital print, see, it's just the print. I wouldn't have taken a picture of it in an exhibition. Let's say I showed this print in a gallery, I wouldn't have taken a picture of it in the gallery because then there would be too many glares. It's just no. If you are enjoying this video so far, it would help me so much if you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. It is free 9 to 9. Just sharing this stuff because I genuinely want to help you guys out, because this is something that I wish I had when I was applying to things. If you do want to say thanks, all I need is a like, and that's all. The next thing, come here friends. Come here. It is with utmost sadness that I do have to say the next mistake that you have to avoid is this. What I mean is no fan art whatsoever. No fan art, no arts with celebrities in it or anything like that. It's a big no-no, especially if you are applying to art schools and stuff. And here's why. Fan art, first of all, there are two reasons. Number one, it is way too distracting. What stands out more is that famous person. If I were to draw Zendaya, all you'd see is Zendaya. It's too distracting. Why did I paint it? If it's just for fan art, it doesn't belong here. And the second reason is there's a lack of creativity. And this is through what I read online. There was a blog of someone who is a part of the registration process at an art school, and they were talking about big no-nos when they see portfolios. And they said fan art is a very common one that they do not like. It doesn't show conceptual thinking. It doesn't show as much creativity as your own creative work. All of the stuff I have done in these works, it's all me. I'm not saying you should never do fan art. Keep doing your fan art, girl. It does not belong in your portfolio, unfortunate. And this tip also goes for copies. So if you're doing a master copy, let's say you're doing a master study of a Monet painting, The Lilies, and it turns out beautiful. That is phenomenal. But those studies do not belong in your portfolio as well, because it's not yours. Okay, you did it, but it's not yours. It's not your artwork. And the last mistake that we are going to talk about in this video, I am going to show you. Look very carefully to what I'm saying. So, in this portfolio, I made these in 2023. I did this in 2021. I did this in 2019, I think. I did this one in 2018. Compared to this one, this was made in 2023. This one also 2023. This in 2022. This in 2021. What's the difference? These ones are collecting dust. These ones are so old, they were there when the light bulb was invented. These ones are so old. I coughed and they disintegrated away. The last mistake is putting in work that is way too old. Don't add in work that you don't do anymore, or work that shows that, you know, you were at a different skill level. This one in 2018 has no reason to be on here. I like it, but this is just not what I do right now. And it's just not who I am right now. In general, it is so important as an artist to keep creating, to never stop making. Not for the sake of just having a big portfolio or enough to build a portfolio, but for the sake that that's who you are, and that's one of the things that drives us in life. But it is a big plus to have more relevant work, because it shows that you are active right now as an artist, and it also shows your current who you are right now, because who you are right now is the person applying. I have from 2023 to 2021. 2021 is my last year in this one. 2018 is how many years? 7 years ago. Make sure that all your work is relevant and recent. And I have gone through 5 different things that you should avoid. But if you were paying attention in this video, you would have realized that there are 3 other issues with this portfolio compared to this portfolio, which I said is the better pick. Comment down below other issues you see wrong with this art portfolio. And if you're right, I will say congrats and I will give you a cookie. I hope this is very helpful. I try to make this as practical as possible. If you like this video, like, and it makes me know if you would like to see more helpful videos like this in the future that are a bit more on the practical side. I'm going to end this video off here and say thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, like. If you like me, subscribe. Comment down below, all that fun jazz. And until then,